Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of the meatbags. Hear the lamentations of the meatbags. Welcome back to Taurus Collective. Yeah, we are robots. We're assimilating everything that is not bolted to the ground, and even that, what is bolted to the ground, we're still trying to assimilate, because sometimes even the rocks themselves need nanoprobes in their systems to be roboticized. A big heads up to everybody out there that are supporting the channel. You are consistently supporting my addiction to caffeine. It's always good stuff, but we're back here once again. We did a little bit of evaluation. Obviously, the Irabot have managed to take one of our systems. It's not really an issue in the long term anyway, because what's going to happen there is that once the contingency is defeated, the Irabot will leave the galaxy. And the big problem there, obviously, is we want to take this piece of space in order to take the remaining ring worlds and rebuild them, because we have the technology. On top of that, I believe there's a bunch of stuff going around here. Let's take a look at our fleet lineup and see what we actually have. We got 185,000 fleet power. A lot of people are like, ASpec, why are you still building battleships? Well, I got 37 of them. And they're consistently just racking in the damage. I'm kind of fleshing out things at the moment with a couple of corvettes that are just basically shitting out neutron missiles or neutron torpedoes, proton torpedoes, that sort of thing. And it's the Max TARS design. It does plus 200% shield damage, which is quite good. We may take a look at the gamma lasers. Yeah, ignores 15% of armor. And considering Contingency doesn't really use any armor, that is always a good thing. Let's take a quick look here at our general offensive units, which is our Swiss Army Knife design cruiser. A lot of shields on here, a bunch of armor. We're kind of going down the middle. 53% on armor is not the greatest, but we know that the enemy is using tachyons. Can I actually use tachyons? Let's have a quick look here if that is the case. Yeah. Ignores 90% of armor, but has reduced shield damage. So let's, can we slap another shield on here? Yes, we can. So Max TARS will get more shielding, so they'll be a little bit more flexible. How we're doing on power here? Not the greatest. So yeah, basically improving our ship designs is kind of important right now. We will upgrade our fleet as we... And we really need to turn that off. We really need to turn that off. It's currently 11 in the morning on a Monday, by the way. So I've got myself a cup of coffee, and for some bizarre reason, I'm in a surprisingly good mood. Not entirely sure why that is the case. We're currently also in the process of rebuilding Cooper. Well, at least we're colonizing it. As soon as we're down on the ground, we need to build like a robot spare parts depot, I think it's called. Not entirely sure. Yeah, the unit assembly plan is spare parts depot. We'll have that in 14 months anyway. Contingency, we got the ghost signal blocked. We also have enough resources to talk to Lambda, because we want them to aid them in our research. For only 5,000 energy, we can increase our research by, I think, how much is it? Is it 25%? I don't even know. It's been a while. 15%. Well, it's 50% across the board, so pretty strong stuff. The regulators, mount up, are in a bit of a pickle. They are equivalent to us, but we can't really go to war with them, because if we do, we will bring the entire alliance on our collective asses, which would not be particularly productive to our current setup. We could go to war here. What do we go to war with? Hideous. Hideous is actually an interesting target as of right now. They are pathetic in every way, shape, or form. So it's not like they, you know, they got a couple of small fleets floating about. A couple of Navy clusters over here. Yeah, that's all good. Speaking of my caffeine addiction, I got a nice cup of coffee here. Excuse me one moment. Oh, as I knock the microphone. That is some good old hot caffeine right there. Just the way I like it. Let's talk to our neighbors, shall we? These guys are custodial to us. We would like to give you some energia, and in return, we want some... No, they're not interested. How about Hideous? They do not like us. These guys, let's take a look here as who actually likes us or not. Oh. Well, so much for that idea. Nobody seems to like us. Something dreaded as simulators, which is always unfortunate. Let's take a look at these guys. They're inferior in Custodio. Let's get see if we can get a trade deal going with these guys. I doubt we'll be able to. Yeah, and this is why we need to rely mostly on the joyousness that is the Curator Enclaves. Or not so much the Curator Enclaves, but Zuracorp and all those guys. They're over here and over here. So the Riggins and Zuracorp, we need to defend them because if they die, we will be in a rather of a bad situation. Not entirely sure why I still have this outpost here. Let's just remove that. Let's get a little bit more influence a month. Shouldn't really impact our borders all that much because we got all these items here already. Let's get this mining station going. Yeah, but in the meantime, Cherry's coming up. That's cool stuff, I guess. Man, did you read the FTL changes thread? That's 240 pages of people being rather polarized about whether or not they agree on it. I am 100% for it, and that's not just because I always play hyperlanes. I think that I'll be doing a separate video about this as well, but I think that the changes to FTL is really going to be able to flesh out the mid-game quite a lot. Gating experiences within the game is really going to allow the mid-game to be less boring, as well as basically make the entire experience more interesting. Sure, you're no longer going to have the joy that is the joy that is warp drive, and I can totally understand where people are coming from when they're like, "Hey, man, I'm just playing here for that there warp drive," and sure, that's totally understandable. There's not a lot of games out there where you have multiple types of FTL. Games like Sword of the Stars actually come to mind with their variations on like gate drive and stutter drive and that sort of thing. But the balancing between those seems to be a big problem.
System survey complete.
Alright, cool. Delta Pavone has been fully surveyed. It's probably also 1.9 is 1.9 or 2.0, whatever they're going to call it, is going to completely and utterly break all the save games. So if you have any games, once they announce the release date for that, you may want to start finishing them up because they will no longer work. Let's take a quick look here at our sectors. Can we pull anything out of those? Okay, yep, okay. So this sector, 10,000 mineral energy. Like, energy is nice and all, but we got 9,000 energy out of it, which we could use and then trade it off.
Construction complete.
But I want to, considering we could get 150 a month extra for 100 influence, we're gonna keep on building that up. Our income is 1,300 a month, so that is more than enough to keep things a little bit more interesting. The artisan troop, I don't really care about them. Okay, let's get some minerals in here. There we go. So at least, you know, that's taken care of. And with the Grand Fleet active as well, we can just constantly add new ships to our lineup. Especially with these... oh, Cooper is back. I'm going to put missiles on there. But yeah, especially with the Grand Fleet active, it means that we can just grow our stuff exceptionally quickly. Let's take a look at the surface here. There's a lot of resources. Oh, no. Bad UI. Bad spare parts depot. That's the one we want. We'll put an uplink node there as well. UMO over there. Put a mine up in here. And once this is active, we'll be able to build robots a lot quicker. So that is basically the goal there, and start repopulating everything in here. It's a large planet. I think it's one of the first planets as well that we managed to capture. Shield dampeners are actually really important as well. That -25 modifier is not to be underestimated when it comes to engaging the enemy. Wow, our fleet power is back to 218. That is pretty damn awesome. 231 cruisers are going to be more than enough to pretty much slap anything in the face. I'm going to add another thing here. Engineering bay.
Construction complete.
I could actually add an engineering bay there. It should reduce our build cost by quite a lot. And we're just basically just crapping out ships like mad as of right now. Notice how I'm just throwing a lot of corvettes in here. They're just going to be churning out crazy amount of torpedoes towards the enemy, which is what we want anyway. But the problem with that is, considering the amount of corvettes on screen, it will most likely slow down the game a little bit more than anticipated, which is obviously not the greatest, but whatever.
Construction complete.
Alright, construction complete. That's all going fine. Got a couple of small ships going back and forth here. We're just waiting for the contingency to bust out the next layer of ships. Increasing our fleet power would be nice, actually. How are we going to do that? Well, most of our systems have maxed out.
System survey complete.
Cooper is currently building. Okay, that's fine. Kant is just upgrading right now. We'll put an observatory, service umbilicals, battle simulators, and we get a unit assembly plant. Ooh, G-point modification +1 and Empire leader capacity. 75 months or Gaia creation? I don't need Gaia creation. What I do want is to start genetically engineering some of my servant species, so to speak. Why on earth is this still like this? Okay, cool. But yeah, doing some genetic engineering on our servant species is actually a pretty big deal. Okay, we're starting to get near our fleet cap here. Let's take a look at our policies. Mapped stars is active. The Grand Fleet is active. We're still at +3. Crystal sonar we don't really use. It's not the greatest because it's auto survey for everything. Pre-sapients are tolerated. At this point, considering everything hates us, we may as well just exterminate them.
Construction complete.
Native interference, native enlightenment is going to be allowed.
Construction complete.
Food stockpiling. We still have a bunch of food somewhere, so let's go take a look at where this food is actually coming from.
System survey complete.
And then start tailoring the various worlds into something a bit more useful.
Construction complete.
We can also take a look at some of our planets that we can do some modification on. That's a ring world. Newt, that's a machine world. Nears is a tundra world. Trap is an ocean world. A pretty big one as well. Size 13. We need 15,000 minerals. Lavis United States has just lost a war versus the Bernati Zealots. They lost 5 planets, I think.
Construction complete.
Yeah, it's down here. How big are they? They are superior to us. We can become a dominion underneath them if we really want to, considering we're currently not at war. We do have that flexibility, thankfully, so there is at least that. Good times. Oh yeah, I was looking at my sectors. Okay, let's take a look here. Where is this food coming from? Food 0, food 0, food 0. These are all 0 food worlds. Good. This sector is generating 2 food, and it's coming from this planet. Not entirely sure why there's no observatories on this. I probably never got around to build anything decent there. Where is this food coming from? Food, like is there like there's hydroponics bay probably somewhere, which would be unfortunate. We can replace all that stuff obviously, but
system survey complete.
Where is it? Where is it? Okay, I don't see it. Oh, it's this tire. Okay, so where's this food coming from? Is it you? It is you, isn't it? Yes, I see you, you cheeky bastard. Put an uplink node on there. Wow, some of these worlds are not developed at all. We got an inactive building. These worlds are all maxed out. Oh wow, this is just lagging behind. It's a lot of potential energy that is not being utilized. Okay, that's taken care of. CBA, yeah, ACDC is fine. The sector is generating 3 food, and it's coming all from YOLO. So why is YOLO generating food? Because of you. Okay, so let's replace that with a battle simulator. No food here. So where on earth am I getting 58 food from? 58 food is a lot of food. I'm not gonna lie. 58 food. Huh. Okay. Okay, so stir and low. Low specifically is a good candidate for a new machine world. We can actually... Oh wait, it already is a machine world. I'm a numpty. Yeah. Stir is a good candidate for a machine world. But we... What? 20,000 all of a sudden? What? What? How does that make any sense? Carefree. Okay. Alright, you can be carefree all you want. He is carefree, a new boot, leader recruitment cost, carefree with research speed, plus 35, and he's a cyborg as well. Good times, plus 5% research speed on that one. There's those autonomous clusters. Okay, so that's the... What's this here? Yeah, this is standard contingency fleets. Alright, let's add some more cruisers, shall we? We're very close to our... Oh, those are our general systems fleets. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, it's Cooper, of course. Shrap. No, that's a Max Tars. Core, which is a former Fallen Empire worlds. So where the hell is all this food coming from? We produce 56 food. Okay. Where on earth is this food coming from? I'm probably blind, or I've got like a stupid research agreement somewhere that I don't know. Like, there's 1 food here. There's 3 food here. We're already taking care of that. There's no food in my core sector, I'm pretty sure. So where on earth is this 53 food coming from? It just doesn't make any sense. Nothing makes any sense anymore. Oh well. We're not currently in the process of turning TARS into a machine world because we still want to keep our original population here, which is the humans, of course. We could probably... Let's view the species here. Let's make them a little bit... Well, they're slow breeders. Not that I really care about that. 3 picks left. Yeah, that's not going to be all too productive. Apparently we got some high maintenance droids. Not entirely sure where those came from. A couple of mammals. These guys are all wasteful. That is less than... Oh, we've already used... Okay. Decadent, non-adaptive. I don't really care about that. It's a robot that is luxurious. Propaganda machines. Okay. Yeah, I need those extra gene points to remove those wastefulness items to improve our stuff and things. But yeah, this fleet is starting to get to the point where I am starting to be really comfortable when it comes to taking on any sort of contingency fleets.
System survey complete.
Like, as soon as their contingency fleets start pouring out again, we should be in a better position. I'm not attacking the contingency worlds just yet, and there's a couple of reasons for that. A, they take forever to pound into the ground, and they don't have the resources to... if I do that, it means that I will need to restructure things a little bit. Yeah, 337k.
Construction
plus a 99k sterilization hub. That is insanity. Some people were wondering, hey, ASpec, how did you do that cool move with your... Actually, I don't have my controller plugged in right now, so I can't show you. But, yeah, how did you do that cool thing in the contingency video? Well, Basically what I did was I went to a contingency world and I just literally flew through the edges of this here station using the gamepad camera. So that's the thing, you know, it's sometimes you gotta be creative about this sort of stuff. I would like these worlds. After the next round of contingency fleets, I will declare war on Hideous. I think that will be a good move because it means we can extend our territory a little bit. Maybe take this one as well. They literally have no fleet what to speak of. That's not really a word, but we can pretend it is. The Zealots, in the meantime, they're equivalent to us, and they're very arrogant. This Awakened Empire views us with dismissive arrogance. Notice, we are at our naval capacity.
System survey complete.
That is a problem, because now we're going over our naval capacity. This also means that we need to start building more stuff and things to make stuff a little bit more usable. Okay, so we've got the spare parts depot. So let's start building some TARs. So let's get some energy on this here. Okay, so I need a miner here. Yeah, all of these ones. Put a one over here. Energy. That's not the one I wanted. So let's cancel you. Let's cancel you. This is TARS miner. It's the wrong type. So there we go. And then put some research on there, on there, and a leader on there. And then we can start developing the planet properly. Right up to the point that the contingency decides to bomb it from orbit again. You are going to be building, and I sadly don't have access to a planetary shield generator yet, which is a bit of a shame, but it'll have to do. More minerals. You must construct more minerals, or something like that. I am not really, like, even though I work on StarCraft in my professional life, I know that I need to construct additional pylons and I must mine more minerals, etc. But I have no idea what Tassadar says in general. So, but our storage is full. That is a problem. Let's go and have a chatterino with our good friends over here. There we go. And now all of a sudden people are like, but ASpec, why didn't you convert the planet to Mishmar? Because fleets, I need more firepower. I got 1.2 K energy coming in a month.
Construction complete.
Which is more than enough, which means that we can go well over our fleet cap. And not that I have a problem with that. Not at all. Let's not build any more battleships, though. Cruisers. Cruisers are bay. Let's build some more max TARs. Just fleshing out the number. Oh, the Euro Confederation is dead. That is a shame for them. Is it because did the contingency was the contingency mean? No. Well, it looks like the contingency was very mean there. That's gonna wrap up this episode, though. Welcome back. Welcome back, Commander. It's time to get the TARs back in the saddle. To victory and beyond. Until next time, take good care of yourselves. And spurt more taglines.